All right. Hey, insiders. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Emma Capotis.
And I'm Michael Julian.
Today, we have a really exciting interview. But first and foremost, welcome. We're really excited you're here. We hope you guys are enjoying the episode so far. And just know you can always connect with us, give us feedback, reach out at Festival Insider. Our DMs are always open, but we're really excited you're here. Today, we have an interview with the incredible house producer, Dombresky. We're really excited to hear his story and just hear how he's been handling this whole past year, how he feels about live events coming back, talk house music. MJ, what else is up?
Well, I think you've said it all. But thank you guys for the support. We really appreciate you. And let's go and talk to Dom.
Yep. Please join us in welcoming Dombresky to the podcast. First off, we want to welcome you to the podcast. We're super excited you're here. Just to give you a little background and context, we basically started this podcast to sort of like unite the fans with the industry professionals and sort of, establish more of a relationship between the two of them so that, they can see all of the hard work and effort that really goes in behind the scenes. And then, have people like you on here who are at the top of their game and talk about how you got here, hear your journey, and, we'll pick your brain about music, all that good stuff, current events, wherever the conversation leads us. But how are you doing? How's everything going by you?
I'm good. It was a tough year, but I feel better now because I see the light under the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a lot of up and down in 2020 for sure. The beginning was, the first 2 months was funny because I was in the middle of my tour and I was like, oh, I'm going to rest for 4 weeks. That's not bad because I was tired. It was exhausted. But then after that, I realized it would be more longer. So then I went down, and then I didn't give up. So we tried to make some stuff and try to find some way to stay active, which was
I would love to know, how pandemic kind of changed your life. We speak to a lot of artists and a lot of friends, and me being in the industry, and there was a lot of disappointment, a lot of going broke, but then a lot of also looking at the bright side and changing a lot of ways that I think will affect the future with the travels and the schedule, and also spending a lot of quality time with friends and family and sleeping in the normal hours. I really want to get to it and ask your take about virtual festivals and digital stuff and things like this. But I think the most interesting for everyone watching and listening is going to be to hear your story. We always start out with our own kind of take because, we can relate. And I think that makes things interesting. And for me, I've seen your name a lot at some point. I've heard from friends in LA that you were a big part of a scene there. So it's kind of surprising that I didn't run into you earlier. And then what happened is what always happens. Once you start noticing something, all of a sudden it's everywhere. So that's what happened to me with you. Once that happened, then I think we did a show in New York, maybe it was Chris, and you were a part of it, and that was really cool. And some people came out, and I'm like, oh, cool, Chris is there. And they were like, no, we're here to see Dom. I'm like, who? And so, they told me. And then, and then I had a conversation with Michael and some other guys about you for Elro. And I'm like, wow, this music will really fit. And then, we went back to Ibiza, a lot on the island. And we were at, one of our favorite restaurants, and this track kept playing. I'm like, I love this track. And like, who is it? I said, I have no fucking idea. So I put the Shazam on.
That's the best way to find some music. That's the best way.
Yeah. No, I put the Shazam on, and of course it was you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it kind of grew very, very quickly.
Him again. What the hell?
I checked out some sets. I'm like, I want to know where he comes from. And then I learned French, and it's like, I want to know, Emma wants to know, everybody wants to know, how did you get here? Where did it all begin?
So when I arrived in America,
when did you get into music, man? How did you start this journey as an artist?
It started a long time ago. I was back in the day, I was a R&B and hip hop DJ in France for a long time. Then I tried to introduce some house in my hip hop R&B set. But I realized it would be a long journey to to make people realize I changed my style. So I decided in 2015 to change my name and become Dombresky, which come from my name Dombres. So I added the key at the end. Then I start from the scratch. I was a little bit famous in France with my own name as a hip-hop, but I decided to stop. And so then I decided in the same time to produce music, because at the beginning I'm a DJ. I learned how to produce when I create Dombresky. Then I start to sign some track on the Tchami's label, Tchami in France, on Confessions, which I think he fit well with the American market. My first track was Utopia on Confession. And then we were in Paris with my manager back in the day and some friends. We were like, we know France, we know what's going on here. It's cool, but I needed more. I needed to see something else. And we are like, let's try America. Let's try it. And I never said that, but back in the day when we decided to move, I have like $700 in my account when we decided to come in America. So we just have the tickets, and we're like, let's try it. So we stopped first in Miami, and so it was my manager and another friend, we start to work in Miami. So some people helped me to produce, like to create music, and then it went step by step, really slowly. I became a little bit famous. I started to have some gigs. And 6 months after Miami, we decided to realize it will be hard to make some contact in Miami. For the music industry, it would be better to be in Los Angeles. So we decided to move to Los Angeles, and we start to become.
What year was this when you got to Miami from France?
So it was in 2016, end of 2016. Yeah.
5 years ago.
It was a really poor Dombresky. No money Dombresky.
Well, what were you doing? Were you playing the club scene a lot there?
Not that much, because we didn't know anybody.
Okay.
So that's why we decided to move to LA. To, like, there is an Insomniac, all the people and all the producers were there. Like the producers I liked. They were in Los Angeles. So I was like, yeah. So we decided after 6 months to go to LA, and I started to have my own show, to do some shows, little shows, and the sauce became something, and I'm here now.
And I was going to say that's a big growth and a big change to get signed to Tchami's label too. That's amazing. I love that track.
My philosophy was like I even like signed my EP like this. My first EP was on Fool's Gold record, and the name was Reaching Perfection. And my second EP was an Insomniac. It was like Trust the Process. I like the philosophy of enjoying the journey. I don't have any big goals. I just like the process.
Keep going, yeah.
Keep going, like going slowly, but every time like this. It was my philosophy since the beginning, and I think that's what I found.
This is kind of incredible, because you go to a country and then to another city, and you don't really know anyone. You also don't really have the name. Who takes the first shot on Dombresky? Like, who says, okay, I'm going to book this guy to play in the show? How did that come about?
So, at the beginning, I had a lot of support from the French. I don't know if you know PMF, Pardon My French, DJ Snake, Tchami, Mala. So they pushed me at the beginning, helped me for sure. Then I wanted to sign I was a fan of Fool's Gold Records, so I wanted to sign a song on Fool's Gold. And I have a friend who knows A-Track. So I sent him some music and he liked it. And I signed my first EP on Fool's Gold, which was crazy. And so yeah, Fool's Gold gave me a shot. Pardon My French gave me a shot. And then my first gigs was with Art Festival 2016, Art Fest.
Got it.
In California, yeah. That's what I did my first show. I played before Rez. Was good.
Cool.
Yeah, it was great during the day.
I was going to say that's a pretty amazing group of artists that you just mentioned there to have the support from. And it's interesting. I was going to ask you a little bit about the market and how it's different in France, even now, like the dance music scene there versus in the United States.
It's yes, for sure it's different. the first thing, the big difference I saw, it was when I went to this festival at Art Festival. I think it was my first festival in America. Yeah, even as a human being, and I was in shock to see like people like dressing like crazy stuff, which I loved it. I was like, oh, they play the game. Like the crowd, like the girls come with the like naked. Like I was like, what is that? And that's for me was the first big difference I saw between America and France. Like the crowd here, they play the game, like they go extreme with the vibe, and they are really passion. They put a lot of passion of all the I can say my English is not that good. Sorry.
All
the goodies. All the goodies around the EDM industry, I loved it. Like the wristband, the hair, like. And in France, it's not like that. It's not like that. After all, a good crowd is the same all around the world. Like if you are, doesn't matter where you are. There is good crowd in France. There is an amazing crowd in America. But yeah, the outfit and the stuff like the flag, and I was like, oh, I love that. And I love
probably there's something to be said, and I can't generalize it about everything, but there's something to be said about the fact that in America, I feel like a lot of the festivals, especially, in the past 6, 7, 8 years, a lot of people are going for the first time. So they're so excited about going that for them, it's not just about who is the DJ. For them, it's like, oh my God, I'm here. This is insane. I've never been to one. This is big. And look at all those lights. And they are more into like celebrating life and being there than necessarily like, okay, run to this set, run to that set. I think that is something you can always feel. It's almost a little more like kids in the candy store in America and a lot of this type of festivals,
Yeah, as a French guy, when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's amazing. So it's the best combination to have with this energy and with the crowd energy. Something good's gonna happen.
Yeah.
When you give, and it makes you feel you have to give them back the energy. So there is a good relationship with the crowd here. I love it.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I was gonna say your sets are always very high energy as well. It's just like they're infectious. They make you want to dance and move and everything like that. And do you have any favorite festivals to play or any favorite festival memories?
Yes, for sure. I remember Coachella for sure. I played in Dulab. It was in 2018. Fun story. Like when I start super early, so I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool to do. That's cool to do Coachella. I was like, oh, there is, when I start, like before to start, there was like 100 people in the crowd. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, it's gonna be okay. Just be happy to be there. That's already good. And I start, and like in 5 minutes, I swear to God, like in 5 minutes, like it becomes packed, like so packed. And I don't know what happened, but it was insane. Like the energy was insane. It was super early, so I feel like the people had a lot of energy to spend because it was early, and it was incredible. Well, my best set. Also, the EDC, I think it was 2018. EDC Las Vegas, it was great too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Coachella was amazing.
In a club surroundings, what was the biggest show you've played as Dombresky so far?
I think I played the main stage in EDC Vegas.
Okay.
EDC Las Vegas, yes. So it was a lot of people. It was a big crowd. I didn't see the end, but it was good. But also, it makes me realize, like, I don't think my music fits with this kind of huge crowd. Yeah. And but I have to try it. I tried it. And then I decided maybe it's not the best way to share my music. I feel my music is like more intimate crowd. Mm-hmm. So I have more fun when I'm super close with the crowd, when I can even shake hands, or that's what I like personally.
Yeah, it's probably a different feeling. And again, I saw you play Output in Brooklyn, so I saw how it did in a smaller environment, and it was really great. Thank
you.
I think all the shows are very different, and I'm confident there'll be some like bigger rooms you'll also enjoy playing. But generally speaking, yeah, I'm just thinking, like you said, you don't see the end of the crowd. That's like a lot of people feeling
because
them out.
I love to control the beginning and the end of the crowd. I love to have a control of the crowd. I really love it. That's what I do. That's what I try to do. And when you don't see the hand, it's hard. It's hard to be inside. You know what I mean? It's hard to be inside. And also, I don't really like when I'm so high, like when the DJ is so high. I don't like it. I like to be in this just a little bit higher. And
Well, in the back, I was going to say at EDC Las Vegas too, you're like a dot because there's all these screens and then fire.
Yes,
ridiculous.
When I saw the stage, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
But I was happy to play there. It was amazing. But it makes me realize some stuff about that. But it was great. It was big. It was big. When you turn down the return speakers, you can hear your music. Like there is 5 seconds delay between you and the crowd.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I can't even imagine. What's your go-to track that you like go to? It always makes the crowd go absolutely nuts, like every single time.
Oh, depends. If you talk about my music, depends of the risk. There is some song I don't play anymore. Like my first songs I signed, I don't play them anymore. But right now, Soul Sacrifice is going nuts for sure. So good. And also, like I'm surprised with the Simple Hit because when I was talking about the process stuff before, I feel it's the same with my music. My music doesn't becomes big when I release it. It takes months. It takes months to be famous, which I love that.
It's timeless. I totally agree. Like
I love it. I love it so much. Like and now Simple Hit is I released this song like 2 or 3 years ago. I don't even know. And now it's my one of my biggest songs of my set.
Exactly. It's so crazy now, right? Because you have the tools like Spotify, and what ultimately happens is a lot of fans have different preferences of the music they like, right? They like different styles, and then some songs they just sit, and then with something like a Spotify, it gets on, Discover Weekly, and then like it picks up the right people, and you can just go out 2 years later. It's really timeless. I totally understand what you mean by that, and it's really a great right now timing, just like for your style. I feel like that style of music right now, it brings so much energy that it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing. And one of the things that we do, because I'm in Ibiza a lot, and I'm involved in a lot of house music and techno events and brands, and there's always been this type of like, think about it like a borderline where the black shirts, they're like the underground, they think they're underground. Most of them don't know what that really means. And then on the other side, you got a different fan base that maybe came from a different perspective of music and eventually has shifted into a different preference, right? And now they like what you play because it's very energetic. And I think this type of house music is a big future. It's nowhere near at its peak. It's just growing. And I think it's gaining credibility. It's gaining the love of the fans at a speed higher than I have seen anything for a very long time. Just what's the good word? When you get somebody sick, what is it called? Contagious. It's contagious.
Contagious.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's contagious.
Nice. Yes, that's I like it. Thank you. I try to make contagious music. Yes, you're right. Yes, that's what I try to do. Exactly. So I don't really care about like if my song like become a number one or I prefer to see my song staying in the lane like for a long time and growing up step by step. I love that.
Like a slow burner. Yeah. I was going to mention too, how social media plays a role too, because if TikTok gets a hold of one of your songs, it's all over. Like it depends. Like it could be a shuffler who uses your music and then that goes viral. I think that gives your music even longer of a lifeline as well, because you just never know where it's going to pop up. Yeah. And everyone had time this past year. We were home.
They can pick like an old song nobody knows.
Yep.
Exactly.
TikTok is funny. Yeah.
We didn't have anything else to do for this past year besides spend time online. So
spend a lot of time on TikTok to understand what is going on.
Not only that, but live streaming events too. Can you talk a little bit about how you approach that? And, when this first happened about a year ago and things closed down, were you thinking live streaming? Did you have any experience with that before? Like, what was your approach to that?
So yes, I did. So at the beginning, like everybody jumped on the stream stuff, and I was like more reserved about that. I wanted to see what was the point of that, because personally I didn't really like to see a DJ alone mixing in front of a camera. I thought it was not good for the image of the DJ's culture. I didn't think it was that good at the beginning. Then I realized it will be for a long time. Then I changed my mind a little bit. Then I choose which one. Oh my God. I have a long week in Miami. I'm super tired. Anyway, so we choose which one I wanted to do, and I did one Insomniac one. I did maybe one personal, two personal one. I did like maybe 4 live stream in the all year, and I choose them like very early,
selectively,
because like I didn't want to play every day or every week alone in my room. I think it was sad, but don't take it bad. Like some DJ made it and it was good for them, but for me, didn't.
No, we share your opinion. We totally agree. Same was for me. It was like first everybody wanted to do it, and I said, it's for wrong reasons, because just to do it, all that it's going to make is very oversaturated. And then the fans are going to be like, okay, there's like 25 of them a day. Well, what is that going to do?
And at one point we were talking about like, oh, what can we do now? How can we surprise the fans? And but you went so far, like streams on the boat, streams on the mountain. So I was like, what can we do now? Go in space? Like, I don't know. So we did like a simple one. I was in the garden with 2 turntables, like super simple, and actually like people loved it. So that's what we did. But it works for some DJs. So there was a lot of surprise, and I watched some of them.
What's really changed our mind on that perspective is the fact that we realized that people are home, and of course, as you said, it's lasting longer. And we started paying attention to the live streams and realizing that it brings people closer together. It was creating real connection. We saw people talking, and we realized, hey, what can these people do? They can sit home and be depressed and watch news, or they can dance. And if this is the best that we can do right now, then be it. And I think when that happened, and also we realized that this is going to stay like this for many, many months, it's become different. And I think some of this live sets you've done, they were done with production. There was a lot of, heart in it. And, I'm wondering what happens next to it. What do you think happens once live events come out? It's a conversation we have a lot with different people, and everybody has different opinions on it.
Yeah, because we also like streamings and can be cool. They can be cool. There is a good energy on it. There is something, and it was something new, like Twitch. All this stuff is new. The live productions too was great. And I think what I personally think is like, what about if we can do a live stream shows right now, like Ultra did, for example, Festival Ultra, they did this since years. But what about if even for a small club, like you can see like your best DJ playing in a I don't know, in China, I don't know, live streams with everybody can comment in the same time. I think it can be like a good thing for the industry in the future. Like always, don't do too much. Like I don't want to do too much of this. Always find a good balance between the demand and the offers. That's what I try to do. What else? We
again, it seems like we agree on a lot. Same here. The way we feel is, if Dombresky is playing in Los Angeles at the live show, and I live in, I don't know, Chicago or Brazil, and I'm a fan, if I have an opportunity to watch it, if I'm home and I have the time, that would be very, very fun experience for me.
Also, it's not like I'm not thinking about money, but also there can be like the box fights. What about if you pay $10 and you see your best DJ playing like, I don't know, $5, I have no idea, but if you really want to see how's your DJ playing live, and you can it doesn't come in your country, you can see him live stream. I think it can be exciting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you guys
it's a new economy too in the business. Can
completely. But I think it also gives you an opportunity to grow as an artist, because what happens is if you've never been to New Zealand and somebody in New Zealand happens to like some of your tracks, and now they can watch a live stream and they say, wow, this is great. It then converts into a larger audience and more bookings and festivals. And, I think it could work.
Live will always be better. Okay. Live will always be better. Go see the DJ when it's open. But yes, if you're, I don't know, stuck in the jungle and you have internet, why not?
This is true. Yeah. This is true. When shows come back, I know you mentioned when this happened, you were in the middle of a tour, but how are you approaching that, like booking new shows? And what are some cities that you haven't been to yet that you would like to hit up?
Well, I'm really excited about to come back on
full force.
Tour. That's my life. So that's what I do. So yes, I was supposed to go to Brazil. I was supposed to have like a 2 weeks tour in Brazil last year.
Wow.
And I was really excited about it because I've never been there. So also South America. I went to Mexico, but no Colombia, no Brazil, and I love the culture of South America. I love it a lot, and I was like, I'm gonna feel good there, and it didn't happen. So yeah, I'm really excited to go back there. Brazil, Colombia, Argentina, all this country that I love.
South America, already. Yeah. MJ, have you done Brazil? You've been everywhere.
I've been to São Paulo. I love Brazil. I mean, I have only been to Sao Paulo, but my experience there has been amazing. It's such a metro city, and they love music and they know how to party. I mean, and they have really good food.
Yes, everything. The music, I love everything from there. I will be also excited to go back. I played one time in Ibiza, just one time, and
So I think what's going to happen to Ibiza, and I think you go in there a lot, is I think the sound is shifting. Like if you go back 10 years, certain sounds were just like coming up, and now they're mainstream, and the tech house, and I think now this uplifting house is making it is slowly making its way to the island, and I think sooner than later there'll be residencies exactly playing what you're playing. You also fit greatly already into some of the brands that do really well. So yeah.
Nice. I can't wait. I love Ibiza.
A lot of potential. Yeah. I'm curious too, just to chat a little bit more about music. What have you been working on this past year? Or what can people expect to get out of you next?
It was as a creative artist too. It was a tough year to be like a creative this past year. I remember I called some friends. I'm like, "Are you making music right now? Or what is going on?" Because it was hard for me to create music, because you really inspire about the new release of the artist you like. I'm not talking about copying anybody, but I'm talking about like be inspired. And you can try on the club, and you can see in the club like, oh, maybe that's a new song. Maybe I can go there. I can try this type of music. So it was hard. But what you can expect it. I made some music, kind of. I made some music. Thanks. I have a release this Friday on Touron with Camden Cox.
Awesome.
Yes, and I have like I have some good music. Yes, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I have some music ready to go. We'll I have some music ready to go. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I have some music for sure. It was hard to produce this last year. Like it's coming back. Now we can travel a little bit in America, so it's good for me to see some.
I know it's like picking a favorite.
Sorry.
No, I know it's like picking your favorite baby, but from all the tracks that you have out so far, what's your favorite track by Dombresky?
Oh, I love Simple Hit. I love this one, and I also love like one of my first song. I signed. The song is Be Real. It's I released in 2016. It's not famous at all, but there is like a touch of garage music, because at the beginning I tried to mix like house and garage. Then I switched, but I was looking for my sound at the beginning, so I tried to be inspired by the UK vibe and stuff. And this song is Be Real, so you can check in Spotify when you want. It's a type of garage, R&B house. I don't know how you can call this.
Definitely,
I love
check
this.
it out today.
There is a lot of strings inside and with a type of two-step beat. And yeah.
Do you go back to France for the show? Says Dombresky.
France is a curious country. When I say that, it's like it took me time to understand my own country. But what I realized is like France, they love to see their artists become famous outside first, and then when they are famous, they love to bring them back to their country and say, "Hey, they are French."
Right.
That they do this all the time. So no, I didn't play a lot in France, and it's not a big deal for me because I knew it's my old name, so with my but yeah, in the future I would be excited to play there for sure. Yeah,
cool.
would be
I'm
excited.
curious too.
What was the question again?
If you've gone back to France to play, yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I no lie, I think I played like 2 times in France with Dombresky, which is not a lot.
Well, you've got a lot of other places to see, like you said, on your list.
There is big festival, there is good stuff, but yeah, I was focused on the American market, so that's why I'm not upset at all to not play that much in France.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the real reason why I asked is I was wondering if you go to France and play as Dombresky, as the fans that know you from your hip hop world will come back and, dance to it and just feel it out.
Oh, no, not really, because when I stopped my older project, I stopped everything. I canceled everything. I changed. So some people know us for sure, some friends and stuff. Some people know us from my hometown. They know, but some people know, some people don't. But no, I would prefer to have new fans. Yeah, new future every time.
I was wondering too with this past year, because I know you said obviously it's a little bit hard to feel creative or motivated with everything going on, but what about collaborations? Do you feel like it's easier or was easier to interact with artists because they had some downtime as well? Because I love your collaboration with Noizu, Rave Alarm. That's one of my favorite songs.
Thank you.
I'm just curious about how collaboration fits into all of this.
I mean, like my friends, they feel the same. Mm-hmm. We were all in this situation. Like I didn't have any friends say, "Oh, bro, I made so many bangers during the pandemic." It's like, this is insane. Nobody's telling me this. Nobody. So yeah, we talk with some. Yeah, I have some collab ready with some friends too. Mm-hmm. But it's I start to go back to work and like since 3-4 months. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's it. So there is some collab, but it's a big process again. But it's a big process. Like as a DJ and a producer, we need the live. We need to travel. We need to meet people. We need to go to the party. We need to be tired. We need to wake up somewhere. Everything is important to be creative. I mean, for me, like I need to travel to be creative. No. If I stay in my home, like I cannot. Like I need to go in the club. I love to go to see also DJ too. Like I'm a fan of house. I'm a fan of music in general. So I love to go out. Even I love all
same
type of
for
music.
Me. So everything is kind of based on interactions and feeding the energy from other people and other musicians and just being out and understanding and just dancing on the dance floor and just feeding this energy. And, that's what drives same. That's been the tough part of this year. It's just kind of being secluded in a way.
But it's coming back. Yeah, like I said, I was in Miami, even it was not really, was a little bit dangerous with all this situation, but it's my personal decision. So as a human being, I decided to go there. And I saw some crazy DJs give me some IDs. Out with the mask for sure. Yeah. And it's important.
Oh man, I can't wait to see a live set by yours. I was going to say too, I feel like you get a lot of energy from back-to-back sets as well. I wanted to ask you if you have any dream back-to-back sets you would like to play.
Well, for sure. I love I don't know him, but I love the way Patrick Topping is playing. No. Like I love the music he plays. Like he's going crazy, and I don't say my music fits with his style, but I'm a fan. First, I love what he does, And the way he play, like I love how he play. Like he go fast. I go fast when I play house. I go fast. I don't let like 7-minute song. I never do that. That's why maybe I try to put like a lot of energy because maybe I go fast with the tracks. And I think he's going fast too. And I was like, I like Patrick Topping. Who else? I would love to play with Armand Van Enden. It's an old dream. I'm a fan of him. I love A-Track too.
We're manifesting it. We're putting it out into the universe for this to happen for you.
Yeah.
It's great that you're saying Patrick Topping, and Patrick is a good friend. And like,
oh, nice.
The thing is, I don't know that the music doesn't fit. I think the music fits. And that's what I always tell Emma, when we talk is like look at Patrick, for example, right? And Patrick, he has come up on like international stage. He's come up from Paradise. That's where like early days of knowing about Patrick. Like I didn't know him when he was just in UK. So when I started to first know him, he was coming from like Pete Tong's camp or from Paradise camp. And there was a lot of energy in that style. And even back then, when in America, for instance, there wasn't much uplifting house, I said, well, people are going to love it because for the people who love EDM, right? And then like, we don't like that sound anymore, but we still love the energy. That was the sound. And that's what I meant when I was saying earlier that your style would fit some of the existing brands, because I think it's finally coming close together. And then the fans of the two different sounds are also coming closer together. And honestly, that's one of the missions we have with this project and this podcast is we feel like there is a bridge that needs to be built and connect all of it, because the more the merrier, more fun, bigger stages. So
totally, yes.
That's awesome.
Totally, yes.
And you said Armin van Helden, yeah? Was the other guy?
Yeah. So it's all dream.
Legend.
Yeah. I was, he gave me a lot of inspiration. Yes, since the beginning. I love what he does. Big legend. Yeah.
Gosh, those sets would be fun to see. Are there any any younger artists or rising talent right now that you have your eye on, or that you think are being really innovative?
For sure. I love. Did you heard about Sosa?
Yes,
Sosa.
UK, yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Every time he releases a song, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. There's him. There's Clooney is good. Clooney is great.
Okay.
John Summit is doing very well right now.
Yeah, he's really catching big fire right now, John Summit.
Yeah. He's doing great, and he's a really good, really cool guy. I don't know what else, but yeah.
See, I'm really happy that you are saying all these names. It just, proves everything we keep talking about. Just, because Sosa is from kind of a different world, if you think about it a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
It's definitely a different world than John Summit. They have different fan bases for sure, but yet they're in the same conversation. And it's just because this is where organically we are going. And when we're going to look at this podcast 2 years from now, this will make a lot more sense, for those who are watching and listening. It's like, trust us.
There's another one. Oh my God!
You were just in Miami for a long weekend. We understand.
Yes. Oh God! Oh no! I love this guy. Damn! He's a techno guy. Same, like just come up like 2 years ago. Like it's amazing. Oh my God! Shame on me. Yeah. So like,
where is he from?
Like, from UK.
Will Clark?
Rebuke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God! Fantastic.
That Poly track really blew him up. I think that was his first big track.
So as you can see, I'm inspired by there's good music in general. I don't care the style. Like I just get inspired by.
Yep.
Every electronic music.
Well, we think you have a very, very big future ahead. And this is why I want to speak with you. We are selfish. We're like, let's speak to Dom right now, because in 2 years, when this guy is like on top of the world, guess we'll put him on first. We're trying to be the ears. No, we really respect the approach you have to music, and just like you've proved it today, by just talking about smaller rooms and more intimate rooms and an ability to control the crowd. All of that is like really sincere and organic. And I think like this is how you grow in today's world, right? You start with like most engaged audience, the people that like saw you first and like, hey, I told you about him, and that's how you grow. But then when you get to like a certain place, you just scale. There's no limits anymore, you know? And I think that that's a journey that takes a little bit of time. I was so pleasantly surprised to learn just during pandemic, as I was having a conversation about NFT and some digital stuff like 5 months ago before it all blew up, that your name came up in this conversation that was basically about like LA warehouse scene and like LA underground scene. And I'm like, okay, well, that's really great to know, because I didn't know that. So we're learning as we go, and loving what we're getting from you so far. And I was really excited to have you at El Row in New York, and the freaking pandemic, but we'll do it again. So there's like so much happening. We're really excited for you a lot.
Yes.
By the way, weird question, just off, because like, are you friends with Shiba? Given that he's French and hip hop, did you guys know each other back in France?
Yes. I know him before he was Shiba-san. Yeah. French is
you guys like country. To change names.
Yeah. He's a crazy scratch. Scratch guy.
Yes.
No, I know him since a long time. He's a lovely guy, and I saw him like a few weeks ago.
It's funny. I saw Green Velvet once. It was we did it in Vegas not that long ago, and Green Velvet was singing his vocal, and then Shiba was scratching while he was singing. It was a lot of fun. It was cool.
That's great. And this new song is really good too. Just released a song on the Repopulate Mars. Really good. Wow. Go check out. It's great.
Yeah, I'm going to look up everybody. We need to put together like a playlist, I think, after these episodes, so we can put all the songs together. I think that would be a good idea for the fans listening. But yeah, thank you so much for your time today. It was really great chatting with you. And we seriously wish you the best of luck with everything. I hope you get out there and play more shows soon. Everything's opening up. So
yeah, we'll always support, man. We always got your back. So when you have new music coming up, ask Michael, hit us up. We will love you. And we want to encourage you to keep going the way you are, and we got your back. And we think the audience will follow, and we're looking forward to meeting you and having some tequila somewhere soon.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Right,
thanks for having me.
All the best to you.
Bye. And we're back, you guys. We hope you enjoyed that interview with Dombresky. Like I said, I don't know, maybe I can... Maybe we can put together a Spotify playlist, or I can put some links to some of the artists and some of the songs he mentioned today in the YouTube description, because I think that'd be really fun for everybody to listen along.
Definitely. I have a playlist on Spotify. You guys should check it out. Search for Michael Julian. You'll find it. It's called Amakase, like sushi. And it's because I serve whatever I want and you guys enjoy. But I promise you won't be disappointed, like a sushi chef. Yeah. But yeah, what a great guy, right? You can feel the energy. He really, really had a journey, had a successful career, seems like, and chose to just like completely reset and go back and start something totally new. So much respect for that journey, and wish him all the best, and can't wait to see him in the booth and dance to him.
Yeah, I totally agree. I loved what he said too about kind of being more of a slow burner and just gradually, he's not in any rush. He just really wants to go with the flow and make the music that he wants to make and release it in his own time. So I really appreciated what he said about that. And yeah, I think you guys can tell just by hearing him talk today, he's such a good person, and we wish him all the success in the world. And I can't wait for his new music.
You can see he's sincere. He's not doing this for any other reason but to make people happy and make music. And, this is usually who really makes it. And that's a sustainable way of being an artist. And that's what all the successful and great artists have in common. They do it for the love. And I'm very hopeful that today was the day we were able to introduce Dombresky to a lot of new people who didn't know him, because that's partially why we enjoyed this podcast. And again, as always, guys, thank you so much for the support, and please let us know who you want us to bring back to the show. We love your feedback. We will listen to your comments, and thanks. I love you.
Yeah. Thank you guys. And like we said, each and every week, we're just trying to get better and better. We're going to have a new podcast intro, like the YouTube videos. We're trying to improve everything as we go along. So thank you for coming along for the ride with us. We have some really incredible interviews lined up, and you can
subscribe to the channel, right?
Yeah.
Subscribe, because when the new interviews come out, you'll just be notified. Just hit subscribe on this YouTube channel, and you'll be the first to know about. No. Love
turn
you
on
guys.
post notifications, do all the things.
Keep the comments going, keep the messages going, make our life difficult. Let us go and work and get you the interviews for the upcoming, episodes. I think we have a couple in lined up that you will love, and looking forward to the more.
Yep. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back next Tuesday with a new episode.
Later.
Hey insiders, thanks for watching this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to our channel or feel free to check out our recommended videos. Thanks for watching.